what we're going to do today is, let me move those out of the way for just a mo, is we're going to make some of these. Now I did put a few pictures on so you can see what we're going to be doing. Okay, so hopefully you can see these. Okay, these are a variety of different makes, but they're all based on the same structure. Okay, so the only difference with these to these is I've got clips on these ones. Okay, so it's basically a file folio where you have some tuck pockets inside. Okay, and you've got tuck pockets on the outside. Okay, and then one again on the outside of there. This one is just slightly different. It's just been folded differently so that the tucks are here and on here as well. You've also got some mini tucks here, but you have to get some tiny things in there. And then inside we've got the tuck pockets on that one. Put the clip back on, and then I've just done an altered paper clip for that. Okay, on this one again, it's tuck pockets here, so you can change it up. It's absolutely like this one has been changed. So this one it's got the tuck pocket on the outside, and then inside it's a sideways tuck. So instead of having to tuck things top and bottom into this one, you can tuck it in like that. Okay, so you can also, I haven't done it, but you can also, or could also, is more to the point, you could also, where's my little clip gone, turn them into a little mini journal. You know, nothing to stop you putting sewing in a signature just in there. You could turn it into like a little mini journal or a little notebook, or maybe stick something here and have it as like a little shopping list. You know, they're really nice, they're really useful, very practical, and nice. I think I've said that. I have also done them slightly differently, and I've tried them in different sizes, so we'll get on to it in a second. But these are based on a 12 by 12. This is based on a 10 by 10, like Russian dolls. This is based on an 8 by 8. This is a 6 by 6. This is a 4 by 4, and this is a 4 by 4, and this is a 2 by 2. Okay, and the elephants went in 2 by 2 apparently. Okay, and how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, so as we're going to do it one bite at a time, I'll pop these away and let's show you how I make it. It's dead easy. Dead easy. Okay, so what I tend to use for this is I'll tend to use, not always, but I'll use cardstock that maybe I'm not, you know, that perhaps I wouldn't use it in any other way. I mean, I started crafting as a card maker, and I've evolved and I've dipped my toe into everything. Well, not everything. But I've tried lots of things. I've tried sewing and all sorts of things. Brian's the sewist and the fabric crafty type person, and I am not. So I've collected loads of these 12 by 12 pads. Most of us have 12 by 12s. If you don't have a 12 by 12, then just take an A4 sheet of paper, fold it diagonally, and cut the remnant off. And you're going to have one that's roughly 10 by 10, or it'd be about 11 by 11, I think. I can't really think what the width of an A4 is. But there you go. Okay, so it doesn't matter what your size you're going to start with. So, piece of paper. Okay, now I'm going to move that out of the way, that other sheet of paper. Okay. Brian's also here to tell me if I become terribly annoying. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you start. You can change what you see at any point. Okay, so we're just going to fold it across the diagonal one way, and then we're going to do it the other way. And the reason for doing this is just so it makes it really, really simple for you to be able to find the middle. Okay, now if you can find the middle of a sheet of paper without doing that, that's up to you. But I'm trying to make it really easy for you. So then what you want to do is take one of the corners and fold it to the middle on one side, and get your bone folder. Yeah, bone folder. I did have a proper shaped one, but goodness only knows where it is. If you saw my craft room, you would know the reason why it's lost forever. And then take the other corner, fold it into the middle, do the same, just scoring that line. And that I would suggest that you do, you know, if you don't have a bone folder, the other thing to use is the butt of a pair of scissors. So that does just as good a job. But just make sure you do it, because you'll find it lies much flatter if you do. Okay, then you're going to flip it over. Okay, and now you're going to take the other two corners and fold them into the middle. Now we're not making origami. Don't worry. I'm not going to make you make a crane or anything like that. If you saw me trying to make origami, you would know that this would not be a good move. My crane, well, it didn't look like a crane, to be fair. So an industrial crane it looked more like. So okay, so what we've done is we've kind of folded, so we've got 2 points folded into the middle, and on the other side you've got the other 2 points folded into the middle. That's it. Okay, so now what you need to decide is, do you want it with this way, so you have 2 tuck pockets here and then the other tuck pockets top and bottom, or at the side depending on how you fold it. Okay, or do you want to fold it to the other way, yeah, and have those tuck pockets on the outsides and the others on the middle? That's all you need to do. So like I say, it's really easy. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do it what I call the classic way. Okay, we'll do it this way first. Okay, doesn't matter if you rip a bit of paper, it's all right. We're gonna kind of decorate it as well. Okay, now's the time to get those lines all nicely creased. Okay, just give them a bit of an easing in. Okay, and that way then you get nice, it stays more shut. If you don't score your folds, you'll tend to find it kind of opens up on its own. It's great if you're performing magic, but you know, I can't pull a rabbit out of a hat or anything like that. Okay, so just make sure that they're all nice. Now if you get things which this hasn't, this is fairly good cardstock, you will get things like this where it splits. Don't worry about it splitting. It might create a little bit of a hole, but you know, we're trying to, from a junk journaler's point of view, I'm trying to make it look old, so like if it's helping me along the way, then it's helping me along the way. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so we're gonna decorate it. Now how do I decorate everything? I decorate everything in the same way. Marcia's here, Leah's here, sorry, just having a quick look. You're all saying hello to each other. That's fine. It takes the focus off me. Okay, so we're going to use some napkins. You know what I'm like for napkins. Between me and Brian, we've kind of like, you know, saturated the market with buying what we can. If there's a sudden napkin shortage, it's us. Okay, that's got a nice. I might have an element of that. I'm just picking out some of the newer ones that I've got. That's pretty. I might have that on something. Yeah, that. I like that. That's got the tonal colours in it. That's also got colours in it. But I also want some contrast. I might have a few leaves. Okay, so we're going to use some napkins. Okay, so now all you're going to need to do is, while you're decorating it, you can either leave it flat like this, okay, or you can, you know, unfold it. It's entirely up to you. I tend to kind of leave it where it is. Let's just talk about the middle bit. So the middle bit, what I will do here is, if I wanted a tuck pocket top and bottom, I'm going to put a line of glue down that line, okay, and equally the other side, okay. But I actually quite like these side tucks. I think they're a bit more useful. So I believe it is in this one. Open this. So we've got the outside ones, which are nice for tucking things in, but then on the inside I prefer this style. Now when I first started making them, I absolutely made them so that they were tucked top and bottom, okay, but I actually like this one because it holds bigger, you know, pieces of card and paper, although that wouldn't show with the clip on it, but there you go. But they sit in nicely, and if you you look, they don't fall out. Okay, which is good. Just, you know, nothing worse than picking it up and it all falling out. Okay, so put my clip back on. Now you're going to have to bear with me just a second while I just have a little the tiniest sip of my coffee. It might not be the tiniest sip. It might be. I might be stretching the truth. Thank you for that. Okay. Otherwise, what I'll be doing is in like an hour's time, I'll be drinking it when it's cold. It's already tepid. So let's have a look. What should we do? I've really got a thing for having a bit of that going on, and I might have that inside. Okay, so what am I going to do with these? Now, I've talked about the tuck pockets. Okay, if you want them so that they're top and bottom, leave it like this. Okay, and put a bead of glue there. I've said that, haven't I? Let's not reiterate it. Okay, but if you want to have it so that it's more of a sideways tuck, you're going to need to strengthen this bit. Okay. And in order to do that, you can just fold it back like this, okay, but you're not really strengthening that bit. So what I would suggest is you fold it so decide your top and your bottom, okay, and then hold that corner down, and what you're going to do is going to take this corner and fold it to this edge, okay. And you might need to give it a bit of encouragement, round of applause or coaxing, it's entirely up to you. Don't worry about it being like not accurate. Like I always say, if you give something to someone that you have made and they say, "Oh, well, that's not very straight," then you need to stop giving it to them, because they're clearly not grateful. They're focusing on the wrong things. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this side. You could do it the reverse way. You could do it this way. Here you've got one top and bottom. In fact, actually, you know, while I'm on camera, I'm going to go all like wild and do something new while on camera. This could be a mistake. There you go. Now you're all folded. So what you've done there is, because you're going to glue this bit down, you've strengthened this part, which means that you get a much firmer tuck. A firmer tuck, not a friar tuck. Do you know what I haven't prepared for? Is I haven't moved my water out. And I haven't got my glue out. So you know that I use this type of glue for my napkins. No, I don't need that. But Brian's gesturing Mod Podge to me, and like, I don't need that either. I need, where is it? So you can, either this, my trusty pin flare, or my trusty Fabri-Tac. If you've never bought Fabri-Tac, honestly, buy it and try it. I love it. It's great for, it's the only thing I use really for gluing in spines of books. Just find it's the thing to do, but it's also great for gluing fabric to paper. So Fabri-Tac, available on Amazon. It comes from America, so it's not cheap, but it's good stuff. Okay, so, and you get a nice firm bond. But if you can't get hold of this, Yoo-hoo, or Ooh-hoo, I think we talked about that last week. This stuff, okay, is good. It smells pretty much the same. Not that I've been sniffing glue. I will just hasten to add, it's not like I'm going actively to sniff this glue. It just happens. It's a byproduct of using it. But I just don't find that that is as controllable as that. Although that hasn't, like, don't show a nozzle on camera, Dave, when it looks like it needs a good clean. Fabri-Tac, I just find it gives it a nice strong bond. Okay, so what I'm going to do on here is, if you look at this, let me put a ruler in shot. Okay, again, the ruler needs a clean as well. Everything needs a clean. So this is the fold. Okay, what you want to do is you just want to put a strong bond about half a centimetre, 1/4 of an inch into this bit. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to move that out of the way, otherwise we'll have a ruler glued to it all on camera. I'm just going to go down this edge. I'm not sure you can see this because this is clear. There you go, give it a bit of a wiggle. You don't need a lot of this. Please don't put a lot of this on. It will just squirt out. It gets everywhere. It's, you know, it's not horrible glue. It's not going to do you any harm. Okay, but it's just wasteful. Why waste it? I also, you know what else I like about this? If it does squeeze out like this, and I've just squeezed it like that, you give it a rub, it comes off. It's not like this, you know, when like this dries and you've rubbed it, you can see it's shiny, it's smeared over it. Okay, so just a top tip, okay, or a tip top. Oh no, that's an ice cream, isn't it? A tip top. Oh no, what is it? What's tip top? That's a cream, isn't it? Tip top. Okay, Brian doesn't know either, so it's not very useful today. So, and then again, we want to strengthen this. So you can either leave this as a pocket. Now, if you are going to have it as a pocket, you don't need it to have a whole opening all the way down there, unless you're going to put a single stem flower in it. Ooh, ideas. That's that rubbing I've just rubbed off. Okay, so what I will do is I'll put a little bit down this edge here. Did that actually go on? It did, Dave. And then I'm going to put a bit in that triangular piece there. And then what that does is you've created a pocket kind of down to there. In fact, actually that could be a little bit higher up because I'm not really going to use anything that thin down it. You don't have to use Fabri-Tac, like I say. You know, your bookbinding glue will actually be perfectly good. Any PVA, you know, you find what you like. I find what I like. So, am I rambling today? Am I doing anybody's head in yet? Okay, so so that's going to be the top. We've got a little tuck pocket here. Like, obviously, don't do anything with it yet because it still needs to hold. What I'll do is excuse me while I put my elbow in shot. Beautiful elbows that I have. They're like rhinoceros skin. Too much information. So I'm just going to clip it. The reason why I'm clipping it is because it just means I don't have to hold it, and my hands can be doing something else. Okay, so we've got a little pocket here. Okay, and we've also got a tuck pocket here. Okay. And that means then, you know, we've got some good places to put things. And on this side, because I've done it the other way up, and you can do it however you like, I am not going to bother with it being a pocket because I probably won't use a pocket like that way up. But so I heard Brian sigh in the background. I thought he was sighing at me.
I was trying to cough without disturbing.
Oh, right. Oh, apparently he was trying to cough. It was a stifled cough. Cough away if you need to cough. Although, you know, I don't want people thinking he's got the lurgy. He hasn't got the lurgy. At least I don't think he's got the lurgy. Although I've had it, so it doesn't matter to me. So, although, you know, I could get it again, I guess, potentially. Anyway, shut up, Dave. Get on with it. Okay, so again, just going to put a bit down here again just to strengthen this tuck. Okay. Although now I've shaved my head, I do look like Friar Tuck. So, okay, so once you've smoothed it out, you can, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of glue here. Okay, you get your finger over it, give it a rub. Give it a rub. It all curls up into these things that look like you've been picking your nose. I didn't say that on camera, did I? No. You only thought I heard no, Dave. You only thought you heard what I said. Potentially. Shut up, Dave. Get on with it. And then on this bit, I feel like I'm digging a hole for myself, and I just need to shut up now. So on this bit, like I've decided, I'm not going to have a pocket here, so I'm just going to just going to glue the whole bit down. You should hear the narrative going on in my head at the moment, which is a good job that you can't, because oh dear, you know, the stuff that I say aloud is because I don't have, I don't have a filter. So Brian sometimes will say to me, "Inside voice, Dave." So say things out loud. So yeah, there we go. So that's that bit. Okay, so we've got a tuck here now, and we've got a tuck here now. So that's all nice, and you know, we've kind of thought out how we're going to do that. Okay, so on this side, you don't need to glue anything down. You don't have to. If you want to put a bit of glue down here so that, you know, when you tuck something in, it's not going to slide around, but it's not going to anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. None of those have been glued, so I don't tend to glue it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. If you've got a bit of it sticking over the edge, like I have here, you know what? You don't have to worry about it. Brian's just gone out of the room to cough, I think. You don't have to worry about it. What you can do is you can leave it there, or you can just trim it off. Cutting on camera, cutting on camera. Oh, am I singing again, aren't I? I'm sorry. Cutting on camera. There we go. Be in the charts. Do they still have the charts? Do they chart music even though you stream it these days? Because like nobody's actually buying any music. How does any artist make any money these days? Because nobody buys music; they just stream it. You know, you pay a subscription, but like $9.99 shared between, you know, several thousand artists isn't going to go a long way, is it? So anyway, I digress. This is how my brain works. This is the kind of thing that's going on in my head. I'll just have a quick check and see if everybody's still here. You're still here? Oh, you are. Oh, thank you. You're still here. Yeah, thanks, Alison. Yeah, bogies. Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Or buggers if you're in America, or I don't know, Canada. I don't know whether you say that in Canada. Anyway, although a bugger is like, it's like BUGGER, which is yeah. Anyway, shut up. Big hole. Digging my way into it or out of it. Who knows? So, shut up, Dave. Which is my constant narrative. Shut up, Dave. So, do I want some of this, and where do I want it? Now, this is the bit when I'm going to get people going. What was it? Red bird. Okay, but I drove myself mad with that. Yes, not yesterday, last week. Okay, so no, I'm actually not going to put that on this bit. A bit OCD, trying to fold it back up again in the same way. What I might do is I might have a bit of this. Yes, I like that. I like the fact that it's picking up the same colours in it. You don't have to pick up colours. You can go all crazy, go maverick. Let's just take a bit of this and have a drink. Do you know something? Somebody I work with said to me, "You can tell when you're drinking." And I said, "Oh, why? Do I make a noise?" And she said, "No, quite the opposite. It's quiet when you're drinking." How rude! What is she insinuating? But yeah, I am noisy, and you know what? I don't care. I am the soundtrack of life. So there we go. Just pinning my napkin away. That came away nicely. I'm going to use this to mop the coffee off my hairy lip. Hairy lip is optional while you're doing this, by the way. Although in my case it's not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have a little bit of this on here now. Where do I want? I might have that across the whole thing. Yeah, okay, so just put that to one side. Now I know most of you have seen me do this already, but again, it's worthwhile for those people that haven't seen it. This is a water brush. It's just a pen version of it, and I find I get a bit more control than a water brush from it. Okay, so I am going to pick what I'm going to. So this is the best way if you've not seen this before. This is just a really good way to get the bits of the napkin that you want without just having to tear it. What you'll find though is if you're not quick, you'll get to one end and it'll drive the other end. So, and I'm just going to take away most of the background. I'm not going to take it all away. I'm going to go down to the bottom here. Not worrying about this bit really, just okay. And then what that'll do is it'll make it nice and easy to tear. See how easy that is, and it makes it so that potentially the capillary effect, is it a capillary effect where it bleeds? Yeah, that anyway. I don't know whether that's the right word. Words don't work for me when I'm talking out loud. They do in my head. I usually edit them before I put a post on. So, so tearing this bit out. Okay. And that means then, yeah, there you go. So you're just catching the bits that you really want to use, and not the bits. I can't remember where I went now. Oh, there. That way. I went that. Did I go that way? Yeah, I went that way. Oh, did I? Oh no. Yeah, I did. It just dried. I went that way. Okay, down to the bottom. So, great. Okay, don't worry about tearing your napkin. It all adds to it. And the feathering, I absolutely say to you, if you're going to get use napkins, and you're going to decoupage them, don't cut them with a straight edge. I think I've told you this before, but don't cut it with a straight edge, because if you cut it with a straight edge, your eye is immediately drawn to that edge. Whereas if you do it this way, or you just tear it, because if you don't have a water brush, then you don't really need one. Or a water pen, there's the lid for it, Dave. You don't really need it. But you know what we're like, as crafters, we think we just need everything. So sales of napkins have just gone through the roof. As have sales of Fabritac, and I won't be able to buy it now, and I wish I'd never said anything to you. But yeah, you could just use just a normal paintbrush and just, you know, wet it and dab it on. Okay, but I would really suggest that you don't cut it out. Okay, you could tear it, just tear along it and carefully tear, but don't cut it out, because if you cut it out, that straight edge your eye will be drawn to it. So okay, so I've decided that this is my bottom edge. It doesn't really have a top and a bottom, but it's got a nice line here, and I can put that up. Okay, so I'm going to have bits where I'm going to just have to tuck it under. Now, yes, of course, I could have done this before, but I like to get all the gluing done, and then I don't worry about the other bits. I put them in as I go. So what I'm going to need is a trusty card. Okay, it's the only kind of card I can be trusted with these days. Monopoly money, because I go out and buy things that I don't actually need. And then what I'm going to need is my glue. And I'm going to need a magazine. There's those Russian dolls, we were talking about them earlier. They're not actually called Russian dolls though, are they? I do know the name of it, I just can't think. It escapes me. Do you know what they're called?
I don't.
No, Brian doesn't know. I know it. It's kind of in my, you know, when it's in your brain and you just can't get that word out. That's what's currently happening at the moment. So okay. So I'm not gonna glue the back of this, because that would be silly. I'm gonna kind of just have a bit of a mental picture. Put that down. Bit of a mental picture of it. Up there, up there, up there, and there, back. Okay, so
Babushka dolls.
Sorry?
Babushka.
Babushka dolls, that's it. Babushka. Babushka IR. No.
Alright, Kate.
Yeah, Kate Bush. Just call me Kate. Kate of the Bush. Right, shut up, Dave. I don't know why she suddenly got I don't know what accent Kate Bush actually has. Oh dear. Yes. Well, you know, could have been French, couldn't it? So, we've all heard my French accent. So I'm going to just lay it down. Oh, a bit more of that. Get that bit off. Get off. Get off. It's stuck to me now. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to put that bit kind of off centre, put it there. Right, don't forget, I'm going to be finishing dead on for, well, or a little bit before that, because Lou's on at 4, and we need to be tuning in for the ODS. So that was the reason why I'm early today, as I was paving the way. So I know that somebody had said, I really can't remember who it was, and I'm sorry. I can see you, I can see your image, but I can't remember what your name is. Said to me that you would have missed it, and you thought you were going to have both your laptop and your, I think you said your iPad on. Okay, so this bit here I could do with it being tucked underneath. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Terry, you're all going, oh, you're tearing it. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to try and get a bit of this under there. And if I can't, so if I want to get this under there and I can't put my glue stick underneath, which I can't, then if you're really gentle, you can put a tiny bit of glue on your napkin. You could use Mod Podge or other brands of liquid, whatever Mod Podge is, PVA, I guess. But I think it must be more than PVA, because otherwise everybody would be making it, wouldn't they? Okay, so I'm just going to put that on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my card, and I'm just going to use that to just pop it under. Just like, you know, if you were kind of wallpapering round a plug socket, you'd use something to just like put. Hopefully you'd turn the electrics off, by the way. You don't have to do that for this, but like, I am not your health and safety officer. Do enough of that at work, thanks. Okay, there you go. So all that we've done is just tucked it in. Okay, get this bit off. Scrape it. If they've got bits that have kind of gone on that you don't want on, just scrape it off. If you've got bits that haven't quite stuck down, again, you can either glue on there, or you can just glue a bit on the back of there and then use your card. I really am a fan of I'm a fan of credit cards. No, I am. My bank will testify to that. No, I'm a fan of using these type things, loyalty cards or whatever. We tend to have gone digital now, and you have them on your phone, don't you? And you have like the key fob version. So like, I just use the big version, or the ones that I don't use in any way for this sort of thing. Because yes, you can use a spatula, but I don't find them as handy. You know, you get a real nice, flat, wide edge, because you can, you know, if I need to move all of that at one go, I can just use that side of that. So anyway, I'm not trying to sell use of plastic cards to you or anything like that. Okay, so this bit clearly isn't going to go in there, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it off. Put that in there. And I'm just going to dry it. Sorry folks, I know this is annoying when people do this on camera, but if I don't dry it, then when I close it up, I'll never open it again. So Also, if you are gonna, I'm gonna sand it in a minute, a little bit, just the edges. So dry it first. If you try and sand it while it's wet, it's not going to work. It's going to tear up and it's not going to go very well. So be careful when you touch it. I picked it up the other day and it was red hot. I didn't realise how hot it got. So that's just a loggy stick, Dave. That's not an emery board. Okay, so just going to do this on this edge, just so I can get rid of any loose bits, and you can kind of make it look a bit more organic by giving it a bit of a. You get rid of. You see where you kind of folded it over as you've done it. You can kind of get rid of that and make it look a bit like it's supposed to be. The sanding is entirely optional. I just like it. Kind of just think it kind of makes it blend in a bit more. Looks like it's been worn. It takes some of the image away as well, which I like. You might not. You could do whatever you like. It's yours. And then if you've got any overhang on the edge, just get rid of that. Okay, that's it. Okay, so next I might just have a bit of a. Is that going to be too bright? I might use this. Yeah. So open this one up. What time are we on? Got 20 minutes. Hurry up, Dave. Where's my thing gone? Where's my thing gone? You weren't very much help. You weren't. Well, some of you probably going Redbird. No, sorry, that was last week. Some of you might be shouting at the camera. It's there, Dave, but I can't hear you. So. Okay, so I might have a few ears of corn. I'm not going to worry about it. It's only a small amount I'm going to tear out, so I'm not going to worry about my water brush. Now, when I say I could do this all day, I literally could do this all day. This is why I've made a few of them, because I love doing this. I just love doing the whole process of making them. That's got a flat edge there, so I might literally just put that like that. Yeah, I like that. Glue, oh there. That means glue, by the way. That is a stapler. Lou is on at 4. So I guess you'll be watching. I'll be trying to watch while I tear up. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't seen any of the ODS this week. Sorry, apologies. Too honest, that's my problem. This bit comes over the edge, I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm just doing it gently because I haven't tried the glue, so just be really gentle, otherwise what you'll do is you'll rip that bit and not the bit that you want. But I find just an emery board, don't need any fancy stuff, just an emery board just takes that off. Okay, so got that bit on there. What else? Do I want something on here? Do I want more ears of corn? No, you know what? I'm just going to go really dead simple. Dead simple. Is that the best bee I have? I have a better bee somewhere. One of my... Just bear with me while I'd be looking over here. Bee. There you go. Better bee. It's a bigger, better bee. Bigger and better bees. And I'm just going to tear this out. Terry. Oh, sorry for singing. I am so sorry. This is how my brain. I've just torn his leg off. Oh well. He's now injured. Stuck to me. And I'm just going to put the bee just on there. I think the bee, just the bee, will be nice. Bee. Oh, I've used all these jokes before, haven't I? It's called recycling. I'll put that on there. Do you know what's really good? The fact that Brian's here is that he won't have to rewatch this now. So when I put it up on my YouTube, he'll have to watch it, because I'll say to him, "Did you watch that video?" And he'll say, "No, because I was there." Okay. And if you've I think I've just broken his leg, but you know, if you've broken his leg and you're that worried about it, then just put it, okay, dry the glue first, though. I'll find a better pen, might be the answer. Sharpie. Other brands of pens are available. Don't try and make it like really black, because the tissue isn't really black. And give it a bit of a... Oh, look at that huge amount of glue that's oozed out from there. Sorry for my rag making an appearance on the camera. I don't use baby wipes, or what's the other things? Yeah, baby wipes. I don't use baby wipes, and I try not to use like towels and things. I try not to use anything I have to throw away. Like throwing things away, you can tell, can't you? I like this one to be a bit cleaner than my usual ones. Sometimes I've been critiqued about being a bit grungy. That's a personal choice, but I'm kind of trying to get into a bit cleaner now. So this is antique linen, and I'm just going to put that over the top of this napkin that we've just glued on. And the reason for doing this, and I'm using one of those, these brushes feel ace. They're made for your face, and I bet they'd feel nice, but I'm not wiping this down my face because it's got ink on it. So like, I'll go for the Prince Charming look. Okay, so now what it's done is, I don't know whether you can tell, but that Sharpie line that I've just put in, because I broke his leg, it's knocked that back, and also I think it just blends that tissue paper in a bit more. Okay, again, just a bit on here, just to take what it does, it knocks back the white, so your eye isn't instantly drawn to the white. Just a bit on there. There you go. There's that. And then let's go to the outside. Okay, so on the outside, what time are we on? 1:45. On the outside, I think I am going to go something very simple and go for that. Oh, Dave, water brush. Move paper. Too much going on. Yeah, that's not in the way, Dave, so... Probably more than I need there. I might actually encapsulate that one. Yeah, just pulling those bits out. There you go. See how easy that is. I mean, you could just tear it, and it is really terrible. But when you tear it, sometimes you kind of like tear a bit off. But if you tear a bit off, don't worry about it. Just, honestly, don't worry about it. So which way up? I forgot it. So that one. Okay. So this is going to be the front. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do this. So I'm folding it out, and this is one of the reasons why the outside I don't tend to glue as often. This is quite geometric background. It doesn't look terribly old until you start knocking it back. And then it kind of, I don't know, it goes from being like really retro kind of 70s sort of vibe to it, to just seeming to fit in nicely with what you've done and made it look older than it was. Well, it's not actually 1970. I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll just shut up. Very conscious of not overlapping with Ms. Withers. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I love using. I card like this. If you want to go out and use a proper tool, buy something special for it, that's entirely up to you. But I tell you what, give it a go. See how it goes. Obviously, don't use the cards that you are going to use. You know, when you go in to present your treat me card at Paper Chase, for example, and it's all covered in bits of glue and all that. Doesn't matter, does it? No, they're a stationery company. They're probably used to people giving them random bits of things from us crafters going in there. So yeah, so that bit on there, that bit on there. Okay, so what I've done is I've come over this edge, which I'm not going to. Eventually, I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not fold those back in, but fold it the other way, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a take the sticky off it. Oh, I've still got 22 people watching. Wow. You haven't got bored and got away. I am really I'm very flattered the fact that people watch what I do. I really did think that, you know, I'd be doing this Facebook Live on my own, and that I think that's the reason why it's taken me so long to actually do it, is because nobody wants that, do they? Just sat there crafting on their own. And you know, I often craft with the camera on because it makes me feel less alone, but like when you realise that there's nobody else watching. So anyway, I put my stuff on YouTube, so I know that somebody will watch at some point. So all I'm going to do is you don't have to be really gentle with it. Just get this bit off. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That bit's come off. Get those little edges off. Sanding them back. And it just sands off all of the little creases that you might have. When you're doing it, don't go in. You're not planing a door. You're not shaving my head, so you don't need to like go like all guns blazing. Okay, and then all I'm going to do again is I'm going to missed a bit there. Okay, all those little bits that flip up, that's what you get rid of, and just go in with a bit of this. And it's amazing, you know, if you give people the same things, so if somebody else had this piece of paper with these napkins, they would come out with something completely different. And that's great. That's what I love about craft, is we're also, people don't think that they're talented, but you are. You're not just a crafter, you're an artist. So there you go. So that's that bit there. So that just adds to it. I just think it kind of brings something to the party. Okay, and then on these bits, you actually don't have to put anything on it. You could even and I have done in the past, is put a cut line down here and have another little bit of a tuck here, or you could stick a corner on. You could do anything darn well please. Just looking for stuff now. The other thing to do is, if you're going to put lace on, this is the time to put it on. So if you noticed on this one, I did put some lace on the edges. Okay, and that's absolutely, now I do have a sewing machine and I do use a sewing machine, but it's absolutely fine to glue it. You can glue it. Go on, do it. Glue it. Okay. Take the pin out of it, otherwise somebody's going to lose something. It's told me to stand. I'm not standing now. So if you want to put an edge on, do it now. I'm going to use, do I want to use this? Just unraveled it, but like, I'm probably not. This is not the time to be like thinking about what you want to use and what you don't want to use. If you're going to glue this on, again, if you've got some Fabri-Tac, I really do suggest that you use Fabri-Tac. Just to be the glue down there, and just to be the glue down there. Why was that one nice and straight, but this line just didn't do the straight bit. No idea. So I'm just going to put some lace down that bit. Just glue it down. Give it a minute. It does grab fairly quickly, but probably not as quick as you want it to. If you're going to cut off this edge, cut it so it's on a diagonal, so it's level with straight with this line. A little bit that way though. It's probably the most painful thing you've seen me do. Okay, and then take that same bit, because you've got that same mitered corner, you've just mitered your corner. That's as much as I know about mitering now, so I'll just put my finger in this glue. Did everybody notice that? Oh good, I'm glad you noticed it. You didn't tell me though, did you? Oh no, actually you haven't mitered the corner because you've got the wrong diagonal now, so let's go the other diagonal. Sorry, I lied to you. It's not like me, it's totally out of character for me to lie. So I'm just going to overlap it slightly, and on there, 10 minutes. I feel like I'm actually on live TV, you know, so this is what it was like when I was on doing my Chanda stint. Okay, if you want to just glue those tips together, you can. Dave's just faffing now. Oh dear, Dave, get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip, mate. There you go. So I'm not going to have time to do the other side. I'll to kind of do that off camera. So yeah, so there you go. So you can kind of get the effects. This lace, by the way, I've tea dyed my lace. So I just buy cheap bits of lace, like, you know, I like it in, I actually like it from like junk shops and that sort of thing, because it's kind of got some age to it. That isn't old stuff though, that's just new stuff that I've bought, and I think it was actually tea dyed, but if you coffee dye it, it creates a much darker look. And you know, there you go. So just don't put bright white lace on for things. It really stops it looking the aged look. If you're not happy with that bit there, cut it off, which I'm not. So that's it. Okay, so didn't get as much done as I thought, which you never do. Trust me, that hour for me goes like that. So I hope you like this. I hope you think, oh, well, I might give this a go. So these are the finished ones, obviously. Please give it a go. Honestly, it's so simple to do. I'm trying to create a space so you can see. I'm just going to push everything back now. Which is a good job. My desk is against a wall, otherwise it'd just fall off the other side. So yeah, so have a go, give it a go. You can make them like a bit newer and like, you know, less vintagey looking. You know, I love the contrast between the retro print and the fabric or the napkins that you're using. You could of course stick fabric on. So again, this is quite a retro one. So make them, try them in different sizes. Make your whole Russian doll set, or babushka, IR. Shut up, Dave. So me and my poor jokes are going now. So thank you very much. I hope you've had fun. I hope you're going to give it a go and you're going to try it. And when you do, please, I know that I say this and like people think, oh, it's just saying it. I honestly want you to send me a picture or put it on, you know, junk journals and mixed media mindfulness. I think that's what it's called, or JAMA. Put it on there and tag me in, because I absolutely do want to see it. I'm not just saying it. I know people think I'm just saying it. I'm not. I want to see it. So I think I've, you know, flogged that horse till it was dead. Now, so tag me in, send me a picture. You know, I'd love to see what you do. Thank you for watching. There's loads. This is just the start. Some of the things I've made from this, you know, is massive. Next week, don't know what I'm doing, but I'll have a bit of a think, and then I will put it in the description for when I pop it on the live. So thank you very much. I think it's 4 o'clock again next week. So back to 4 o'clock next week. As far as I'm aware. Don't ask me. I don't know. I've cut all my hair off, so I don't know like anything now. I've lost my strength. So anyway, you have a lovely. Oh, things are falling on me now. You have a lovely day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Go and watch the ODS starting in a few minutes. Thank you. Love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Genuinely love you. And thank you for being there. Have a lovely day. Spread the word of kindness. It's Dave out. Bye. And we are trying to get it out of the cradle. Anybody still with me is like now thinking, what the hell is he doing? Right, I shall read all of your comments shortly. But thanks then. Bye.